Hey, 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 hey. This is an impromptu live. I thought I would drop in. I'm very, very excited on this fabulous Thursday. I've just been along to Donna's house. We've had an hour together, which we love, especially when it's not planned in. Just, celebrating the fact that our business is 4 on Saturday. So we're so excited. And we won't get to see each other on Saturday. So it was lovely to have an hour catch up today. So if you're here with me, say holla, let me know you're here. But yeah, it's so lovely just to have that energy together. And Graham came along and Graham and Neil were sat in the garden having a catch up. And Donna and I were too. And just the fact that we get to just do that impromptu on a Thursday. Hey. So yes, so say holla if you're here with me. But yeah, it was lovely. And I'm excited. I've just been sat in the garden having my lunch, listening to Elton John, because I'm going to see Elton John on, hi, Catherine, on Sunday. So I'm looking forward to that. So, yes. Hi, Karen. So yes, can you believe now as your time turns 4? Like, it's just flew by. Like those years have flown by. And I'm actually going to be going live here with Ali tomorrow, one of our soul sisters, where Ali's going to be sharing her 3 top mindset tips. And on Saturday at 2:00, we're going to Kat, the fabulous Kat, who is in our soul sister program, is actually going to be doing an interview with me. And I don't know what she's going to ask me. And, what you guys have told her to ask me, I don't know. But she can ask me anything. So I'm excited for that as well. But I thought I would drop in today and just talk to you about 3 tips to get better boundaries. So, particularly for the women in the house, this is something that Donna and I hear so much. This is something that we come across so much, and we could just spend like hours and hours and hours teaching everyone about boundaries. And this wasn't something that I was really conscious of when I was grown up, even till I got into my 30s, really, about having boundaries with myself. Karen, I love Elton John song, but funny, he's so small. I didn't realise when he stands up, he looks like he's sat down. Really? Yeah, he doesn't look very tall, but normally he's at the piano, isn't he? So I'm excited. So yes, so boundaries. So I now recognise when I look back at my teens, 20s, 30s, that I had a lack of boundaries. And when I talk about boundaries, I mean, in particular, this is internal boundaries that I'm talking about, is how I show up for myself. So when we don't have any boundaries, or we have poor boundaries or weak boundaries, we tend to put everyone else first. We tend to really let the inner critic go wild and tune into the inner critic and the imposter and really talk to ourselves in a way that we would never ever speak to anyone else. We work really long hours. We are just like pushing our bodies to the grind, and we're not taking care of ourselves ultimately. And we're teaching people how to treat us. So wherever you are with your internal boundaries, however you're showing up for yourself, whether that's 0% or 100% showing up for yourself, by doing that, you're teaching other people how to treat you without having to say anything, because you're communicating all the time. We're always communicating, whether we're verbally talking or not. And we're always communicating to others how to treat us by the way we treat ourselves in terms of boundaries. Catherine just saying Norwich football ground last night. Oh, wow, you could hear from the house. Oh, amazing. Yeah, they've been putting videos on showing like the setup and stuff ready for Sunday. So yes, so we teach others how to treat us by the way we treat ourselves. And like I say, I want to talk about boundaries. And Donna's been, if you check out Donna's post this week, she's been sharing some 3 tips, birthday business tips to get better balance. And it is all really around boundaries. So the first thing is, and this is like how you can apply this in a day. So when you get up on a morning and your day starts, it's really, really important to create a really great start to the day. So you can either, like when I worked in corporate, for example, my alarm would go off. I would, thank you, Karen. Yes. And I'm sure that's what you mean is we show each other other people how to treat us by our internal boundaries. And so when I worked in corporate, the alarm would go off, press snooze 3 times, literally roll out of bed, brush my teeth, wash my face, get ready. I don't even know if I used to eat breakfast. Probably not. Literally within half an hour, I was in the car at work, way before the teams, when I was an ops manager, my last job, way before the teams would start. So I could literally get behind my desk and just be ready to go. Is that ready to go? Is that really ready to go? Rolling out of bed, getting ready, putting your clothes on, driving through to work within like half an hour. So within like an hour of waking up, I was at work behind my desk ready to start. Like, is that a great start to the day? No, I now know that it isn't. That's just what I did, right? But actually now, my start to the day is really, really important in terms of my boundaries of how I treat myself. And particularly for those of you who've got families and husbands and kids and dogs, like we tend to roll out of bed. And obviously Holly used to live at home, see to the kids, make sure they have breakfast, make sure that the husband has breakfast, make sure that everybody else is fed and everyone else is okay before they go to school or before they go to their work. And then we go off to work and already our energy tank is dipped down. If I'm not single, is definitely not a great feeling. This a bit, yeah, good. It's good that you recognize it, Karen. So we go to work like already with our energy tank depleted because we've rolled out of bed, jumped in the car, made sure everyone else is okay. They've all had breakfast, they've eaten, they go to school, they go to work feeling great, and we're already frazzled. Hey, Hall. We're already frazzled by the time we get to work. Now, the thing is, and Holly will say this, Holly isn't a morning person, neither was I. Graham used to always be up and out before we got up anyway. But like, we wouldn't even speak to each other in the morning, would we, Holly? Like, there was just no communication. I'd make sure that she was good and she had a bus fare and whatever she needed, and she was all good to go to school when I was there. But actually, there was no communication because I didn't have any energy in the morning to actually talk. Now, how bad is that? No energy to talk. So number one, the tip is create a really great start to the day so that you have had hopefully a really nice restful sleep, which is 7 to 8 hours, that you have got boundaries in place with yourself so that you go to bed at a reasonable time. Some of the experts say 10 p.m. and that you have 8 hours sleep and you're ready to rise. Ideally, you should be ready to wake up come like the sunrise, 6 a.m. or go to bed 11 p.m. and wake up at 7. Have a really nice restful sleep and then spend some time on a morning getting yourself into a great state. Create some boundaries with yourself to give yourself some time on a morning to do what fills your soul, to do what makes you feel good, before you then go and sort the kids out and sort the husband out and then get to work and start sorting everybody else out. Yeah, no energy. Yeah, exactly. No energy to talk because you keeping all of your energy ready for when you get to work because you know you're going to have to use it all up. So now, like my morning routine is I don't get out of bed before I've done my affirmations, my gratitudes. I do some energy clearing. Hopefully you can't hear the dog downstairs. I really ground myself into my affirmations. I do some visualization about what I want to create and manifest in the future and bring it into the now. I do some pranic healing on myself. I listen to some music and it only takes 10-15 minutes, guys. Like, this doesn't take hours, but it's a really great start to the day, and it's a boundary that I have set for myself so that I go into the day with great energy, with intentions, and then I go for a walk with the dog and then I start work. But even if you are working for someone else, you can create 5, 10, 15 minutes to get yourself in a really great energy state before you then go into the office or wherever. So that's tip number one. The second one is, and again, this was, I rolled out of bed, I got into work, I was there before the teams came in and I was there after the teams went home. And it didn't leave much time for like stuff that I really wanted to do to nourish my body. So I don't know, things like going for a walk with a dog or having a lunch break or having an evening meal out with some friends, or going to the pictures, or like whatever it is, it's like personal time. We tend to get so, again, a lack of boundaries. So we have a lack of boundaries around the time that we set for ourselves, because as women, we feel like it's selfish if we have personal time. So therefore, we any spare time that we've got when we're not working, we're giving it to the family, or we're working overtime, or we're doing work that we're not getting paid for if you're working for someone else. And the personal stuff, the stuff that fills your energy tank, the stuff that brings you joy, is like right down the bucket, like going to the cinema, excuse me, with your partner, your friends, or your family, like going for a massage, like treating yourself to a facial, like getting your nails done, like getting your lashes done, like whatever it is. We tend to leave that to, well, we'll fit it in when we can. So again, tip number 2 is, now, whenever I have a massage, which I have every month, so I have a sports massage every month, because I have a PT session twice a week, and Catherine, who does my PT, is a sports masseur, I think that's the word, but she does sports massage. So every month I go for a sports massage to keep myself in great energy. Before I leave that session, I book in another one. It's in the diary already. I have a facial every month. Before I leave my appointment, I book another one in. I get my nails done, my lashes done. Whatever it is that nourishes you, that fills you, that gives you energy, that is personal time. This is about creating the space and working around it. Because when you pop things in the diary in advance, like if your child or one of your family members said, pop that party in the diary for an evening or a weekend or whenever it is in advance, you would put it in. So tip number 2 is setting boundaries with yourself so that you are consciously deciding that you are going to plan in some personal time in the month, something again that gives you energy, that fills you, that makes you feel good. Life is about feeling good. Life is about being joyous. Life is about fun. Life is about just enjoying life. We forget to enjoy, but we have to set boundaries. We have to get better with boundaries in order to create the space in our lives to get up and have a great start to the day, to have some conscious, like I'm going to the with Graham to see Elton John on Sunday. Like we have to consciously plan these things in so that we have something that we can go and do, which is outside of working or taking care of other people. Okay. So again, if you're here live, let me know if this is resonating with you. And then number 3 is just about like nourishing ourselves. Again, this is a boundaries thing. And I said at the beginning, how we treat ourselves shows other people how to treat us. But like this vehicle that we are sat in, this body, this vehicle, whatever you want to call it, is our number 1 greatest asset. Without this body, this brain, these organs, this energy, you wouldn't function, right? And the question is how can you make this body that you are going through this experiencing your number 1 asset? Like think about when you buy a new car or you buy a new house or something that you're really proud of, how well you treat it. Like you get a new car, you make sure that you're taking it to the garage and getting it cleaned. You're making sure that you're going and getting, what do you call it, where you get it done inside? Cleaned inside and out, we'll say. You make sure if the engine light comes on or if there's a light on the dashboard comes on, you would ring the garage and go and ask if it was okay and get it seen to straight away. You'd really take care of it as if it was a prized possession. What about yourself? What about yourself? Great idea. Started this and it makes you feel amazing. Yes, you have, Karen. Amazing. Getting so much better at doing these things. Good. I'm having an actual lunch break and joining me on your lunch break, which I appreciate. Yes, stopping to eat, which falls into the nourishing your body category. Good morning routine makes such a difference. Like stopping for a lunch break, for example. If you think about buying a brand new car, this prized possession that you've just got, would you keep like running your car, and then it's got like warning lights on and they're flashing at you and it's got no petrol in it? Would you just keep trying to run it until it like burns out? No, you wouldn't. And this is what we do to our bodies. We just keep going and going and going, and hoping that we just keep going and going and going. And when we do have warning signals or anything that is popping up or flashing up, giving us a bit of a warning about our energy, about nourishing, about looking after ourselves, we ignore it until we have burnout. Love this. We have to learn or relearn that we are worth our self-care. Yes. Taking time for us means we can be more present for others. Absolutely, Catherine. Yes, relearn that. And it all comes down to boundaries, having boundaries, getting better, setting boundaries, all comes down to believing deep down in your belief set, in the core, feeling like you're worth it, that you are your greatest asset, that your body is worth nourishing, that you are worth creating some time every morning just for yourself, that you are worth investing in out the months to go and do things that make you feel good, that make you feel like fun, so that you can feel good. And this is all about your energy levels being in optimum energy so that you feel great. But you have to get better at boundaries in order to create and carve out this space in your life. And that comes down to, thank you, Catherine, feeling, knowing, believing that you are worth it. Everybody is worth it, right? So that's my 3 tips that I'm going to leave you with. And I want you to really take one thing away, is like, what can I do today to get better at setting myself a boundary because I am worth it? One thing. And when you put that one boundary in place, because you know you're worth it, drop it in the comments and let me know that you've done it, okay? Tell me what you've done to set yourself better boundaries. So, like I said, tomorrow I'm going to be live with Ali, one of our soul sisters, at 5 p.m. I think it is. Let me just check my calendar. Yeah, I'm going to be live at 5 with Ali tomorrow. And then I'm going to be live at 2 o'clock on Saturday on Now Is Your Time's 4th birthday to be interviewed by Kat. So I would love to see you here. If you're watching on #replay, again, comment, let me know if anything's resonated, and share with me the one thing that you're going to take away from this live to get better at your boundaries. And remember what I said at the beginning, how you treat yourself shows other people how to treat you. So when you become really great at your own internal boundaries and you nourish and treat yourself as number one, everyone else will start to do that as well. Okay? Mwah, mwah, mwah. Have a fabulous Thursday. Bye, guys.